So welcome to another episode of DIOTALK. I'm Dio. Let's talk. My guest today is marketing and business automation. Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome to Sabah Bahar. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Theo. Nice meeting you, and thank you for the invitation.
Yes. Thank you for being here. How are you? First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're kind of an expert in marketing and business automation, right? So
Yes.
how does one become, or how does one enter in such industry like this, like yours?
It's a good question. Actually, I was working for conversational banking with chatbots, and that's when I realized bots can do a lot of things.
Mhm.
And with the advancement of technology in artificial intelligence, I can see a lot of scope happening, and people are more inclined towards technology. And I really liked the CSAT surveys that we were getting, the customer satisfaction surveys that we were getting, and the shout out of numbers was really, really good. And that's when I realized it's really important to work on this, even on the marketing perspective as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is how I entered.
Well, how long have you been doing this for?
Since 2019, October is when I started working with chatbots. And since then, there was no looking back. Amidst this pandemic, also,
Mhm.
I have helped a lot of businesses evolve as well.
That's great. So you're able to, since 2019, you said, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
right.
So like, what if, like, if I'm a business, right, looking for your service, how would I, what would you offer so that convince me to uh uh take your service?
Yes, this is an important question. Like most of the businesses, they are looking for this automation, wherein starting from even the smallest thing like booking the call, you have a certain flow, which basically helps to go ahead and take the information from the customers. And they won't have to repeat it again and again, and all the data will be saved, and they will get the reminders accordingly, so that we are in a single loop, and manually you won't have to go ahead and send any reminders. Everything happens automatically. And basically start to begin with this, right from reminders, you also get to get more information from the customer by having a certain sequence set up, like know your audience. So you can just have a free call booked with me, and further from there I can let you know the execution how it works, and you can hire me, and I can help you set up the chatbots for that accordingly.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're an entrepreneur, like most of us. Work for
Yes.
yourself, do everything yourself.
Yep.
And the pandemic was a big factor in that. And you
Yes.
starting your own business and whatnot.
Yes,
Like,
that's right.
are you, what was more are you more happier working for yourself or working for others?
Everything has their own importance, and depending upon the passion that I have, is automations and helping businesses. Like you're not just doing your own work, you're interacting with different people all across the globe, and it's really important. Uh, like if you're in a field of digital marketing, if you're in a field where you're helping other businesses from different streams, it's all streamlined, so it really helps other businesses evolve as well.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so it's like, do you work from home? Like, what's your day to day like? Like, because I
Yeah,
find it
it's
fascinating.
indeed it is. Actually, I once I set up automations, I won't have to be in front of the system because the rest of the work my bots will do it for me. And yes, as and when if there is client requirement, they want to have a chat with me, they want to speak to me, they can book the calls, and accordingly I get the reminders, and anywhere I am, I can just go ahead and take it further from there. And mostly, yes, I do work in front of my desk, keeping in line the security measures for all the customers. And other than that, yes, even if I'm away on a holiday as well, yes, I will get a little time, and I can go ahead and help them out. So it's like that.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
happens everywhere.
20
Yeah.
so it's like you're offering 24/7 support.
Yes, that's right.
What are you where are you located in the world?
I'm located in India. It's
Okay.
in
Oh,
Bangalore. It's a beautiful city, though. Yeah.
wow. So you're able to connect to with extraordinary new people and help
Yes.
them
Mm.
out. That's amazing. What
Yes.
was like when you first started as an entrepreneur, what was like one of the first things that you like was difficult for you?
Initially, I started looking for more details pertaining to automations.
Mhm,
So I didn't know much about it, whether it works for businesses. And I happened to go through a lot of videos and on YouTube, and I got to know about Swam Dhawan. He's my mentor.
mhm,
So basically, I got in touch with him, and that's when did tell me that whatever information you have is absolutely right, and by having the right stories and having the right reels, and by having promoting your business, I started getting the clients, basically customers become clients. So that's how it happened. And he has served a lot of customers, more than 150 plus customers. And that's when I started working with him, my mentor. And it has shown results, and it was really happy.
wow, that's amazing. What is like if you had to give an one advice to somebody that wanted to enter your field, right? Like what advice would you give them to help them out and uh enter the extraordinary world of marketing and business automation?
Yes, it requires the first thing that I could say is focus. So focus is really important, and then you can have the right mentor, because just by going into someone who has worked and who has got achieved results, and once you get a hang of it, you will go ahead and definitely achieve those numbers, and you can also help a lot of businesses. So that is one of the important thing that I would say, having the
Yeah,
right mentor. Yeah.
got it, got it. Yeah, that's absolutely somebody that can guide you, you can trust to steer you well and help you succeed. I mean, that's all we all need somebody like that. Um,
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
when is there like a certification? Did you had to get like a schooling, a degree? Was it
Yes,
anything
basically.
pertaining? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like learning automations for from the business per se. Since I was from conversational banking, wherein I was working with bots from the customer support per se.
Mm,
But later on, when I started investigating all by myself, what all the bots can do, what is their further achievements in businesses, and that's when I realized that it is not just a normal thing, back and forth conversation happening. It has a lot to do with bots, and having set up the right integrations with the right application works wonders.
got it. Is there like, do you have to code in or like it's based off like
Hmm.
plugins, software?
Okay, we do not have any coding for this.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, even I can go ahead and teach you integrations when depending upon the business that you have. I can go ahead and we can book a call, and we can take it further from there. However, for any new person to set up, it will not be happening immediately, because they will require some more time. Basic integrations they can do here and there. However, the main execution will take up to 6 months for them to learn. So our main service, basically, it is going ahead and helping the execution, and they can hire me for the execution bit, and I can help them out.
Wow.
It's like that.
So is it you right? You're the solely person working? Do you have employees? Do you have a team and where, they help you out?
With automations, you don't really need a big team to work with you and take care of everything. However, yes, I do have a team wherein for back support. However, most of the things, once you set up the automations correctly, it will work, and monthly maintenance can be done. Depending upon the requirements of the clients, whether they are doing webinar lead generations or whether they are just doing normal lead generation, depends upon clients to clients.
Hmm. And this is for like websites, right? So like if my I needed some automation, you were able to assist me and creating that for my website.
Yes, that's right. Not necessarily that it has to be a website.
Mm,
Like you can have a landing page, you can have your stories, and like it depends upon webinars, like whatever you're conducting. Accordingly, we can create it, and we can set up the know your audience sequences to segmentize your audiences, and accordingly, we can go ahead and take it further from there.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
and how does it go in hand with marketing?
Uh-huh, it's important on any marketing, unless you on business, like unless you go ahead and proceed with the right setup, like basically attracting more customers. With chatbots, something that what I have seen is it will try and capture your attention, and by having the right reminder sequences sent to the customers, they are understanding that even if you don't answer on one of the bot sequences, you
Hmm.
will look at the email option automations, and you will go ahead and check on there as well. So again, your bot will, after some time, we can have a certain segmentation of time, like or on a certain period of time we have to keep that in loop, like if we are following the right procedure as per the Facebook requirements. And on the messenger bot, we can go ahead and set it up in such a way that they will get the constant reminder either
Hmm.
here or there, and they will be attracted, and eventually it will result in a good show up rate, conversion rate. That's how it works.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So like
Yeah.
hypothetically speaking, if you're providing me your service, right, and I'm intrigued, right,
Hmm.
so that because I don't think a lot of people know about like marketing and business automation. Like, what are some benefits? Like, tell the whoever's our listeners listening or watching, explain a little bit what are some benefits of having this key, right? Because it's key, essential to help your business grow and
Yes, that's
and
yeah.
have and have 100% support.
Yes, that's right. On chatbots, it is something like you won't have to go ahead and do personal follow-ups. It's all done in automation. And secondly, you won't have to give separate time for that. Like everything is all set up in automation, so time management is there. And you won't have to spend a lot of money on marketing. Firstly, like we follow a certain strategy. First, we try to attract clients organically, and after that, once you get a certain number of clients is when you will go ahead and then you can later use the Facebook ads and Google ads, or depending upon the requirements. And accordingly, further to that, you will have lookalike audiences, which will eventually increase your business itself. So it's not only focusing towards one particular this thing. You can save your money from because you're starting right from organic marketing,
Mm,
and that's how it works. It follows the things. So these are important things that a bot can help you with.
got it, got it. Does it also work for social media platforms?
Yes, indeed. Like almost all social media, these are one of the streams that how you can attract your audiences. You can have automations for almost all the social media reaches. Yeah.
Now, does it like because you say bots and like, but we live in a society like social media, they say no, but there's a lot of bots behind the scenes, right? Now,
Yes.
if somebody that's a quote unquote like a public figure, right,
Mhm.
and want to grow their audience.
Yeah.
What will this affect them in any negative way of like getting verification? You know, that blue check mark on social media to verify you're official.
Indeed, we do have certain data protection policies that we do follow, and accordingly, we will get in touch with the concerned team, and we will go ahead and take the approval and only then proceed. We have worked with most of the industries, and we didn't have any problem. Like we do, even let it be a small business person or let it be a major this thing, we do have the right policies in place. We will not go ahead and use anyone's information for anything, or even if we have to abide by certain rules, even by Facebook also, we do abide that. We can't just break any rules like that, because it'll eventually result in blocking the account. So we cannot afford to do that.
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm truly happy you're saying that, because there's a lot of people that do that and have like no ethic towards it.
Yeah, that's
And,
right.
and I'm happy to hear that you have integrity and ethic, and you know it gives the listeners comfort,
Yes, it's a good
because
question. Yeah.
yeah, because there's a lot of, is that we go through it every day. There's a lot of people in social media that are constantly getting hacked, that are constantly just they don't get verified, or their, excuse me, their followers are not legit because they have so many robots and so much things there.
Yeah.
But then you were able to say that we don't do that, and everything is based on organic growth, which is, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's reassuring that you're doing an amazing work.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, so it's been what, 2 3 years in the making for
Yeah.
you and doing this.
Yeah.
Any any positive feedback that you've gotten, that clients might have approached and told you thank you or anything?
Yes, in fact, even from because bots are not only for one particular stream, like all different businesses have evolved with this, and you do get a lot of positive feedbacks, and like anytime they need any assistance, you have the continuation of customers. Like I said earlier, from customers to clients is it's a big thing, and having helping them out with the chatbot development, every month on month maintenance, it's a big thing for us. And definitely showing up the numbers, and achieving the
Mm-hmm.
goals. All these are keeping the end goal in mind is very important for any business, and eventually the results will come.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like in this line of work, you have to have an extraordinary ethics when it comes to, like, you have to be good in customer service.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Like I've me personally, I have over 10 years of customer service, and
That's nice.
so like I know sometimes dealing with clients or with the public can be challenging, right? Because most
Yeah.
often that you're not telling them what they want to hear. Like, you and your experience, what's like, what is one of the things that like you you do to like keep your composure and give perfect customer service?
Yes, like I said, having the right team also helps. Like I have my mentor, and even if there is anything complex, I can always check. And it's not just I'm doing it all by myself.
Hmm.
Like anything I need, and even my teammates to help me out for any help. And eventually, the main goal is to help them out, all my customers, and also following the right procedure, like having the right integrations, checking, cross checking everything. It's all these things are important.
So do you have like a checklist and where you got to follow protocol
Yeah.
and structure wise it to be able to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's right. We do follow it. Like it depends upon what type of business. Whether they are only looking for lead generation, there is a separate protocol that we follow. For webinars, person people who are conducting webinars, whether it is automated or whether it is live, it all depends on different. Even e-commerce or health or home maintenance, like almost all groups, we can go ahead and help out.
that's awesome. Do you have any do you set yourself when it comes to these tasks, do you set yourself your own personal goals? Like do you like I have to help, let's say 20 people in a day? That it keeps you motivated and going.
Yes, it depends upon the cases that you get, like what type of customers are looking for what exactly. So yeah, it might change. Like I can't go ahead and fix a certain number, but yes, I'll try to help as much as possible, as much as like how I have to give the right settings, right automations, and or right service. So all these things are very important. And like I said, in automations, you won't have to be all the time, but
Mhm.
yes, it has to be the right thing to be done.
Is there any
That's it.
any common problem that like doesn't matter what industry or business type that is always popping up?
No problem as such because we didn't have any problems. Maybe earlier people were not aware of it. Like now, we are trying to reach more and more people so that we can educate them. And this podcast is also a very important portal where you can reach more and more people because this is technology these days, and podcasts do help a lot of businesses. And yeah, it's good.
Have you ever been helped podcasters grow their business through automation and marketing?
I didn't have any personal experience as such, but yeah, I have been working with few podcasters like Diana Polo in the past, and I do have that a podcast already. Probably in Jan, I did have one,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's actually a good experience.
So you were as a guest or you produce your own
I
podcast?
was no, I was as a guest.
Oh, okay,
Like I
okay.
wanted to yeah reach the most of the people out there because not many of them know about business automations. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, at least you're putting yourself out there. So slowly but surely, your business is growing. People are
huh.
you're connecting with one another. I think
Yeah,
it's especially nowadays that like everything's technology. We need to know this
mm,
information. Like technology
yes,
is always changing and evolving.
yes,
Like we need to be educated. Like I
that's
didn't
right.
I didn't know what was business automation until now. I've heard of it.
Mm,
I I've heard, I think, on seminars and whatnot, but I it wasn't it wasn't
mm.
putting two and two together for me. So like I was like, okay, whatever. But now I have thanks to you, I have a better understanding on how it
You're
works,
welcome.
and now I know you. So I'm
Yeah.
constantly updating and changing my website. I have a lot of network friends that constantly need their work
Mm.
size and any type of business.
Yeah, absolutely. Any type of business, yes.
Um, is there any business in particular that you like have expertise in, or you just have a general knowledge of it?
Coaches and consultants, basically. I have a lot of expertise on that. And it's basically you get a lot of uh, businesses wherein you can segmentize your audiences with the chatbots
Mm-hmm.
and offer them. Not everyone will be aware and like they want to go for a higher range product,
Mm-hmm.
so we can offer them a smaller range product, and then you can go ahead and help them out with once they are able to benefit with the smaller products, then they themselves will come for the higher range products.
So it's
It
basically like
works
a
like
testing. They'll give you a smart
yeah.
amount, test to see how it goes, and then if it all goes
Hmm.
well, they come back for more. And
Yes, yeah, that's right. It's for it has worked for coaches and consultants, They can't just go directly go for $500 product.
Yeah.
It might depend from customers to customers.
How for somebody that's starting, right? How beneficial it would benefit them to in the growth of their business to have this service you provide.
uh, I can offer them a free consultation call, and after that, it depends upon what type of generation bot they want, whether it's only lead generation or webinar lead generation. So it basically around $500, or it further depends upon what kind of um, business they have, or is it like an education industry, or it depends like what is their product cost, and I
Mm-hmm.
can case study that, and then I can offer them the right service and right amount, and it all depends. It can't be a fixed one. It
Yeah,
depends.
because
Yeah.
it's customizable depending on the suits. You know, it has the
Yes.
suits the needs of what
Yeah.
you need for particular
Huh.
business and also the level of
Yes.
it. Okay, that's fair
That's
enough.
right.
That's fair enough. Now,
Yeah.
somebody like myself that excuse me, uh sets a date and time to schedule consultation with you, right? What are
Mhm.
some information, what are things that you offer that that me as a consular will benefit for, let's say, a
Yeah.
website, example website?
Okay. Yeah. So I'll show you the sequences, how exactly the chatbot flow works, and I will go ahead and show you all the ebook that I've created. I have
Okay.
my learnings for that, and in that way, you will have a better understanding how you can attract audiences and what are the different streams. Like we can't focus on all the streams at the same time. One stream at a time will be more helpful. That's what is my experiences. My expertise says that actually, and from there on, how you can opt in the customer, and then how the flow will go, and how they can answer the questions for know your audiences, and segmentizing them accordingly, like different offers, different range of customers, and accordingly we can retarget them, yeah, depending upon the requirement. So there's a flow for it, and then no, there will be the payment section, like whether they can proceed with that or how they'll benefit. And anyways, but this most of the flow, like you will be able to understand how it works, like in
Mm,
simple terms, how I have explained to you now.
okay, no, that's fair enough. That's straightforward and informative. Do you is there any like any margin or percentage that you can say that by doing your service is effective?
um yes, like you do have the case studies with you, and you can understand and more better how exactly it has worked. And in fact, for more information, like I can offer the ebook,
Mm-hmm.
and you can go through that, and yes, it'll be an effective study for them to understand more
Okay, and now
details.
this ebook has like the ebook you provide, right? Once you provide to the client,
Yeah.
it has like different areas, like this, social
Mm.
media networking, business,
Mm.
online businesses. So does it have like a division?
Mm.
Explain a little bit about everything.
Yes, even the smallest thing, like banned words on Facebook. I have an ebook for that, which you will understand, like which one to use and which one not to use, because it'll affect your marketing if you don't use the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I have for email automation, I have for lead generation, I have for webinar lead generation. So yeah, email open rates, email reply rates, all these are the important ones that are working for customers.
Is in your expertise and years of experience doing this, like, have you seen like uh how do I put it? Like, let's say the competition, and you said, have you seen like, oh, you should do it better? You see him doing something wrong and misused the service in any way?
No, there's no misuse as such because is it from the data per se, or what exactly is it? Can you just
Well,
brief
like
me?
you said, it's used like there's certain way you have to do things, right? So
Yeah,
if
yeah, that's
if, if it's not done well, it won't be effective.
Uh, yeah, it's very important to check whether the integrations are right because on automations, integrations play a vital role and you need to check that properly and execute it. So, where any new customer just can't go ahead and listen to me and can't implement it all by themselves. It'll take some time for them to understand it and do it. So, we are here to help them out, and so it's very important to have it done it correctly.
Yes, and that's why they need an
Yeah,
expert like yourself, so you can
yeah,
help them
indeed.
facilitate that.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, it's been an honor and pleasure speaking to you and learning about this new industry that I was clueless about. Now I'm better to understand what simplicity your service adds on to any business.
Yes,
It's sonority. It's like it gives a great help.
indeed. Yes.
I wish you the best of luck and continue to grow your business. But before we go, please let the people know where they can find you and contact you to obtain your service.
Sure. I do have my RAF URL, which is included on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. So it's with my own name, Sabah Bahar, and you won't have to go and search anywhere else. But just my name will suffice. I don't have a website as such because in automations I don't really need a website to execute it. But yes, my RAF URL is with the messenger chatbot, which will help my customers reach me.
All right, great. Thank you for joining me. It's been an honor, pleasure speaking to you. Yeah,
Yes, same
guys.
here.
I might have a good night, guys.